Today I'm going to talk to you about the Hanson's Marathon Training Program. And before I start, just to make sure there's no confusion, it has nothing to do with these Hansons. It is a training plan that was developed by Kevin and Keith Hanson, who created the Hanson Marathon Distance Program. And they've trained athletes such as Desiree Davila, who was on the U.S. Olympic team for 2012. And their marathon training plan is laid out in a book that was written by their head coach, Luke Humphrey, and it describes the training plan and the science behind it. The main parts of the training plan are using speed workouts, higher weekly running volume, and a 16-mile long run to prepare people to run a marathon. And I'm currently using this training plan for a marathon that I'll be running in December, and I've had success in the past using their half marathon training plan, so I feel like I really know how it works. So the first type of training that you'll do is speed training, and it'll be run at a 5K to 10K pace, and you're basically doing intervals where you'll run for 400 meters at your 5K pace and then walk or jog slowly for another 400 meters and repeat the process for the prescribed number of times. The purpose of this is to develop your anaerobic threshold and increase your VO2 max. In case you're not familiar with those terms, VO2 max is the rate at which your oxygen can be delivered to your muscles, and the anaerobic threshold is the rate of VO2 max at which your body metabolizes carbohydrates and fats at approximately the same rate. So the higher your VO2 max is and the higher your anaerobic threshold is, the faster you can run over a long period of time. And Dr. Benjamin Rappaport did a study on marathon training paces, and this was a chart that he came up with to illustrate how when your exercise intensity increases, the rate at which you burn carbohydrates increases, which is the blue area of the graph, versus your metabolism of fat decreases, which is the red area. The next type of speed training that you'll do is called strength training, which you'll run at a pace that is about 10 seconds faster than your marathon goal pace. And this will keep enforcing the gains that you made during the interval training, but it will also help your body learn how to deal with lactic acid and how to clear that out of your system, which enables you to also run farther and faster. Tempo runs are the final type of speed work that you'll do, and these types of runs will be done at your marathon goal pace. The purpose of this is to get your body used to running at the marathon pace, how it feels. This is important because if you run too fast, you'll burn carbohydrates too quickly and you won't be able to finish the marathon, and it's typically called balking or hitting the wall, and it may make it impossible for you to finish the race, or it'll be extremely painful. The Hanson's plan uses higher than average weekly volume, and all of it can't be done at a speed workout pace. So the rest of your weekly mileage comes from easy runs. These are typically run at 1 to 2 minutes per mile slower than your marathon race pace. The purpose of these is to develop your aerobic capacity, and it also helps the mitochondria in your cells increase in size, and this is important because the larger your mitochondria, the more efficiently you can burn fat as fuel. The final type of workout that you're doing isn't the speed workout, it's the long run, which is often considered the most important part of the marathon training plan. It's typically run at the pace of your easy runs, which is 1 to 2 minutes per mile slower than your goal pace. And it shouldn't exceed 25 to 30% of your total weekly mileage. So this chart here shows that if you're running about 40 miles per week on average, you shouldn't exceed a long run of 12 miles, which a lot of plans, the average or the maximum mileage that is given is about 40 miles per week, but then they'll ask you to run 18 to 20 miles as the long run, which can cause injury. The Hanson's plan uses maximum miles per week of around a little over 50, which is why they prescribe the 16-mile long run. And in addition, when you're running for 2 to 3 hours, that's where your body sees the most gains from the long run, and anything over 3 hours, your muscles start to break down at a faster rate, which can cause problems. So the Hanson training plan recommends that you don't exceed 2 to 3 hours of running. And as you can see from this chart, if you're running at a 9-minute pace, doing 20 miles is going to take you about 3 hours. So anyone that takes longer to run a mile really shouldn't even attempt that distance. And what makes Hanson's plan different from other plans is, as I mentioned before, it has higher than usual weekly volume. As you can see, their highest weekly volume is 57 miles, whereas the Hal Higdon plan, which is another popular plan, uses 40 miles per week. The number of days spent running is 6. So you only have 1 rest day versus 2 to 3 from other plans. And the person I interviewed has used a different marathon training plan in the past, and they're currently training for a marathon using the Hanson's plan. And the thing that they liked best was that having only 1 day off made it easier to develop habits and to keep on track with running. Running USA, which is a nonprofit organization that collects running statistics, states that the average days run per week of people who completed a marathon in the past 2 years is about 4.3, and the average weekly mileage is 28.3, which is a lot lower than what the Hanson's plan recommends. And if you look at a trend of marathon finish times over the past few years, it's been increasing. It's been taking people longer to complete the distance. And so, in conclusion, using the combination of the strength workouts with the high weekly volume and the speed workout or the long run will help you complete the marathon distance. And I'm looking forward to running my marathon in December, and I hope that it'll be a success.